Hi guys. So I wanted to talk about the energies currently. Maybe you've noticed a shift or a great income of energies, and one evidence we can see in the Schumann resonance, which had a really high frequency over the last few days. I think it started on Thursday or Friday when I recognized symptoms like great exhaustion, being short in breath, being incredibly tired, feeling I needed to rest a lot and to sleep a lot and this is where usually my diet changes as well. Some headaches, some symptoms we usually um, experience when the Schumann resonance is really intense. And usually I experience these symptoms uh, like exhaustion and tiredness and being short in breath and change in cravings and headaches, and then I look up the Schumann resonance. So I'm not constantly looking up the Schumann resonance and the frequency and the current energies. I usually experience first these symptoms, and then I have evidence in the Schumann, seeing the Schumann resonance. Which, if you looked it up, if you checked one of the sources of the current energies, like the shifts and the incoming energy was just really crazy. So a lot of times these shifts come after feeling more motivated and having more energy and feeling more aligned or courageous or purposeful or energized. Like last week, in the last few weeks, I felt really motivated and clearer in purpose. And then these shifts come in, and I just feel like I can only rest and only sleep, and I'm able to go to work, and then afterwards, in the afternoon, I just feel very exhausted and tired and drained. And I see that in my animals as well. I can also sometimes see that in my in the kids around me, not my kids, but the kids around me, because I don't have kids. That's the reason why. Anyway, so time started to be a very weird concept. I don't know if you've recognized. I just today recognized. 2 days ago, I was invited to a birthday, and I was like, to a birthday party, and I just family, right? And I was like, wait a minute, was that 2 days ago? Because it feels like it was last week, but actually it feels like last month. And if I'm really honest, it feels like 10 years ago. And if I'm much more honest, it feels like it was another lifetime. Because I tapped into the energy of being in that environment. I was like, I had cake and I had coffee and I played with the kids, but it feels like, I swear to God, it feels like another lifetime. And that's what we are currently experiencing, that time is this very, very strange concept. I have no idea what's going to happen. Times are very unsure and uncertain. We already are in May. I feel like time was running. I don't know about you, but time feels really like the weeks are just passing by, and at the same time, 1 week feels like 1 month for me. And because it's so action packed, and at the same time it's always the same thing, but I think many of us are visiting or operating from different timelines, and dream state might be very busy for many and very intense, and like we It feels like many starseeds or light workers are just all over the place, eventually operating from different timelines, the future and the past, in a dream state, and they are probably going and visit places because time feels so action packed, and like we're doing so much on an energetic level, and that's why sometimes experiences that we just recently, like last week or a few days ago or just yesterday, experienced feel like they've actually happened much longer ago, because this is how time works, right? If you can bend time by doing a lot in 1 hour, and 1 hour can feel like 2 hours, and 5 minutes can feel like an hour, or a week can feel like a month, because there's so much happening on an energetic level and physically. That's why I guess a lot of people might be frustrated, because physically there's not much change, and we feel like we've outgrown places and people, and we don't belong in that environment anymore, and something has to change and to shift, but we are so uncertain about what's going to happen. But the thing is, we're doing so much energetically that it really makes sense that we're so tired, and and that's why we always have to, what we always have to remind ourselves of, and trying to be gentle in these times when we feel like, I'm so exhausted, I'm so drained, I only feel like sleeping. At the same time, I don't feel like I'm doing enough, right? This world and our society loves seeing people doing a lot on the physical, and obviously there's much more going on than what meets the eye, and I think we can just allow these times to move through us, and to allow ourselves to rest and give in to the cravings, because we don't know what we're doing. We don't know, in terms of, we don't know why we have these cravings, and why we might feel like we need to eat more carbohydrates or fats, or drink more juices, or feel like drink more water, and eat more nuts and seeds, or maybe just chocolate, right? And I guess the most loving thing is to be aware of these internal shifts, even though you have no idea where you're going, and you don't have a vision, or maybe you do have a vision, but these times feel really uncertain, and like really busy, at the same time stagnant. And I think the most loving thing we can do is understand that we're doing a lot on the energetic level, and respect that, and respect our vessel in these times, and its needs, and the cravings we have, and the need for maybe connecting to nature, being in silent, going within, needing stillness, needing rest, needing time for ourselves, needing more sleep, needing more connection to peaceful people, or animals, or children, whatever it may be for you, right? The most loving thing to do, the most loving thing we can do here, is to honor that, and honor our energetic bodies, our light bodies, and the shift it experiences, and that we are not separate from the universe, and what's going on in the collective, and what's going on energetically, and how it affects us, and that it affects us, and that we're not separate from others, or everything that's happening currently, even though we don't know what it is. But it's a good thing to honor that, and to allow ourselves to rest more and not feel guilty about it, because that's just the ebb and flow of life as a human, right? We can't just always push and shoot for the stars or whatever. And when we go to nature and we connect to Mother Earth, and we are in tune and we tap in, we know that everything is all right, because nature's pretty much thriving lately. It's so lush, it's so green, birds are so active, there's so much humming and birds singing and like activity in nature. This is very grounding, and it always reassures me that everything is actually on time, or at least thriving. So I hope that was helpful for you. Happy Wednesday and have a beautiful rest of the week. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.